and basically he's saying that we're trying to move the country backwards. I don't know about that, because let's talk about where the Democratic Party takes things. Do you know that once upon a time Detroit was a Republican city? When in its heyday, where they were building cars, and it was one of the richest city. It was the second richest city in the country.
Did not hear that.
Yeah, and then the Democrats took over.
Okay, what happened?
What? Tell me about Detroit right now. What do you think about when you think about Detroit?
Murder.
Yeah, murder.
Robbery.
Yeah, robbery.
Theft.
Yep. And a whole bunch of buildings rotting out. And
rape is another good one.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily a good one, but
do you know about 15 or 20 years ago that California used to be a Republican stronghold?
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it used to be. What do you think about California nowadays? Now that the Democrats control it. Nothing good, right? You don't think anything good about California.
You really want me to answer that?
I mean, I'd say, using Trump words, it's a shithole. I don't want to go to California. I don't want to move to California. I don't want to visit. I mean, I think maybe like the northern and the outskirts parts of the state are probably pretty good. But I don't want to go anywhere near San Francisco. I don't want to go anywhere near LA. Maybe I'd visit San Diego, but I don't want to visit any of those places. I don't even want to go on vacation there for one day. I will pass.
I don't think you can pay me to enter the state of California at this point in time.
Right. Yeah, so it's not good. Anything that the Democrats get a hold of.
However, if you do want to pay me $1 million, I will enter the state of California.
Yeah, so will I. Well, I mean,
just say,
dude, if you pay me $100,000, I'll walk into the state. Just for a day.
Look, he's going cheap.
I'm talking about
$1 million.
I'm talking.
That's what it will take for me to enter the state of California.
I'm talking about $100,000 an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's hourly.
Yeah, it's an hourly rate to walk into California.
Fair enough.
So, and then he's talking about. You remember how he said that we're trying to tear apart the Constitution?
I don't understand this at all.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I think he's very confused on which party is supporting the Constitution. It's taking it conservatively, as in the way it was meant and the way it was written, as compared to taking it liberally and trying to degrade and sandpaper the Constitution down to fit your beliefs.
Narrative.
Yes, your narratives and your beliefs. And first of all, it's quite obvious that you should take actions. Actions are much louder than words, and the way that the Democratic Party is running, the way that its constituent or their representatives are talking, they kind of want to just get rid of the Constitution altogether, so they can do whatever they want to do. I don't hear any Republicans talking about getting rid of the Constitution. Do you?
No.
I've never heard that once. So Joe Biden is a little bit confused on who is supporting the Constitution and who is shitting all over it.
Now, when you say shitting all over the Constitution, are you more or less talking about this, 2A gun,
Well, that's a big part of it, but it's not just 2A. They're trying to degrade your first constitutional right of free speech by saying that okay, it's you got free speech, but as long as you don't offend somebody with your hate speech. But who defines what hate speech is? Because I could say that somebody talking about any random thing is offensive to me, and that's hate speech.
Okay. Do you believe?
Just because I don't like what you said.
Do you believe, as Joe Biden does, that everything is Trump's fault?
No. I mean, I
Stupidest thing I heard.
I think it's somewhat partially true, because Trump does not know when to use a little bit of tact rather than just outright abrasively smashing something with a fucking hammer.
That is fair, but I mean, at the same point in time, I mean, it just makes for a great, conversation on, Monday, right around the water cooler and shit.
So let me put a little bit into perspective on how I think he's a little too abrasive. So let's pretend that that I wake up in the morning and I have a recording, and she says, "Oh, you snore super loud." My wife's sitting next to me. She's like, "Oh, you snore super loud. I can't sleep next to you." And then I turn on.
You had a recording.
What I turn on?
confused.
Yes, I turn on the recording, and there's literally no snoring at all. But you can hear her snoring in the background. And then,
Oh, so she's
Right.
snoring, and she's trying to blame it on you.
So instead of using a little bit of tact and being like, "Honey, you want to listen to this recording and see?"
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Instead of saying that, you just turn to her, look at her. "You lying fucking bitch! I should smack your fucking face right off." No, that's not how you do things. That's not the way you should act.
Obviously.
And that's kind of
We do not promote, violence
Yeah.
against women.
No,
from,
but that's kind of the way that you could have used a little bit of tact in certain situations. Instead, you just went off and smacked a bitch.
I wouldn't have called her honey, though, in my example.
Okay,
I would have been like, woman,
I wanted to make it slightly
you were
realistic.
snoring.
Anyways, all right.